Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Everyday Black Man Podcast, a podcast with authentic black male thoughts. I am Riker, and I'm joined by Reed, Armstead, and DJ All Might. Our special guest this week is the Ryder. We've got quite a show for you, so we want to go ahead and hit it running. So, I know you saw the video. Are all white people racist, or is critical race theory harmful?
They're
just racist.
Oh, there you go, folks. All right, we can go ahead and close out the podcast. Reed has said they're all racist. He has jumped on that sword.
Critical race theory is literally only harmful for people that can't accept the fact that they're racist. So.
All right, thanks again, ladies and gentlemen. As you heard, DJ All Might just said that white people, you need to get your shit together. But no, in all seriousness, critical race theory is just showing how the world has been shaped by racism. It's only a problem if you're racist. I'm looking at you, Florida, since you want to ban this and start a new patriot history. And it's like, I get it, guys. I get it. You're Florida, and you want to basically say that your Star-Spangled Banner awesome. How about you solve your weird serial killer problem? I think y'all like number
Florida
4.
is America's little turtle head. I hate that fucking place.
What place you said you hated?
Florida is America's turtle head. I never heard that.
I've never heard that before, but I like it. I like it.
I just made it up.
I ain't gonna lie, that's funny.
Why do you feel that way about Florida? Because a lot of people like to go to Florida for some reason.
That's
you like to visit.
That's what
talking about the people who live there.
Yeah, but look at the caliber of person or nigga that likes to go to Florida, and they do the same thing. It ain't really nothing special.
I got some nice beaches. I'm just saying, like, to visit, not to live.
Exactly. You want to visit there, not to live.
I can live without it.
I get that.
And even then, Jacksonville is Satan's asshole. So, I mean, don't visit there.
That's living. I mean, those people are terrible, you know. You remember that one guy, that black guy, who was walking around like he was going to be the next Andrew Gillum, or whatever his name was?
Gilliam.
Yeah. That's Florida in a nutshell.
You know, when I think of Florida, I think of I kind of always think of Lil Duval just because he's from Jacksonville. And what's funny is it's not in a good light because I can only take so much of Lil Duval because he's extremely flawed, but he don't take himself too serious. But he wants you to take what he says so little serious. But like he's kind of like one of those, like he's the pinnacle of Florida because he ain't shit, but he's doing a hype. He's doing better than some or most, but that motherfucker's bad for the community.
Hey man, he living his best life.
I ain't going to best life. It ain't even me hating on him. It's just one of those things. Like I followed him, and every once in a while I gotta stop following him because some of the shit he be saying, I be like, it don't be upsetting. It's like, all right, this is just bad for my mental health.
I mean, you're right. He is a straight up nigga, like not in a good way, like he's a straight up nigga.
Yeah, he's just a nigga that's able to articulate himself. He's like the worst version of what Reed would be if he didn't have a conscience.
I don't have a conscience.
You have a conscience.
I mean, you do have a conscience. Exactly.
If you didn't, you'd be Little Duval from Atlanta.
Exactly. Little Reed from Atlanta.
But no, he is like, to me, I think he's the shining example for black men that
actually, you know what, guys? I just looked at our view count. Florida's our number 4 region, so we take back everything back. No, just joking. Fuck Florida. sorry, DJ. All right, go ahead. DJ.
I'm mad you looked it up.
Well, I looked it up, and I was kind of mad that currently Texas is beating Georgia for number 1 spot. I'm like, come on, but I'm not mad.
What?
God damn it!
For what?
On the people who listen to our podcast.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
Texas.
I mean, the thing that's really funny is that nobody in Idaho, North Dakota, whatever state is next to North Dakota, I think this is Oklahoma. What state is this?
All states.
Yeah, well, sorry, not no one. So we had one person listen to us in South Dakota, one person in New Mexico, one person in West Virginia, and one person in Utah. Only one in those places. Only one.
All those places I never want to go to.
All those places are the only niggas that live there too.
Pretty much. I mean,
the one in Utah was a mistake.
No, you know what? I think the one in Utah might not be because I got a homie.
Might be Donovan Mitchell.
I got I got a couple homies out there. You know, out of all 20 of them that say they listen, that's probably the one that does.
Damn. Well, we're sorry, homie that listens. We appreciate you listening. Of course, you know, our number one country is obviously United States, followed by India, Canada, then the United Kingdom. Shout out to you, Kima. I know all of those downloads are due to you. And then maybe
India?
your homeboy. Yeah, India is our number two, followed by Canada, then UK, then Germany,
Oh shit!
then South
India's
Africa,
using us
then
on
Colombia,
how
then Kenya, then Iraq.
India's using us for the
Hey,
Black Album
Colombia,
song. That's all it is.
why don't y'all guys get together with the United States and kill that guy in Haiti? Although, you know, not to be honest with you, he's probably gonna get killed by somebody eventually. I just wonder why then. It was just
Are you
weird.
not saying his name for your own security?
I mean,
Because
we
I
know who
was
it is who
curious.
got
We know
assassinated. And
who it is.
that was the next topic on the docket. So great
Oh, that guy.
transition.
Oh, that was Colombia.
Yeah, it was
No, it was
Colombian.
Oh
America.
no, they
No, the
said
Colombian Marks is the one that
enemy.
took out
Yeah,
Yeah, but
President
it was
Haiti.
America.
they said it was two. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was America. I don't even lie. They're lying to you. This is America.
This is America.
Yeah,
Oh,
America
all
did it.
right. I'm only gonna believe it's America when they say we're gonna do an awareness day for Colombia, Haiti, and all that.
Hell nah. That's too black. And then as
Shout
soon as he
out
died, they
to
started getting vaccines. He denied their precious vaccine because this nigga said
they didn't kill him
Haitians are
for no
natural.
vaccines.
I mean, they got them now. They weren't. He said Haitians naturally kill themselves from the earth or some shit like that. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
yeah, he made us some nigga shit like normal. But I mean, I
Man,
can't be
tired of
mad at him for
niggas
making us nigga shit.
calling weed a cure-all.
Shout out to you, West Bengal. You're the number two region in India, or number one region in India.
What is
State is
that place?
beautiful. West Bengal.
So you mean to tell
Oh,
us we are either highly responsible for the acceptance or fear of Black people in America?
Yeah,
fuck it.
basically, we are directly responsible for either the success or fear of Black people. So,
Great power
Ari,
comes
you
great nigga do
need to tighten it up. Damn it.
Fuck Cuba.
Cuba is
Notice I didn't
actually
mention
fun,
Cuba.
man. Come on, man. The Cubans are cool.
No,
Cuba
no,
ain't
no.
listened to our
I
podcast,
think
so
we should have.
Cuba. So
They,
fuck
well,
Cuba.
I can tell you
I
why.
don't think they
Tell you
can.
why. They got Wi-Fi parks, bro. Yeah. That shit ain't even in their houses.
Look, man, if Japan, Spain, and Trinidad and Tobago can listen to us, goddammit, Cuba, I need you to get on the board. All
I'm
right.
gonna tell you right now. If you take a little visit out there, what you can, you'll see why they ain't listening to us. They smartphones are literally still Nokia flip phones.
Then go on your 1995 computer and download our episode over the next 4 days and listen to us, goddammit.
Like the
They'll use
folks
all their data.
in Havana, like they like the buildings are like destroyed that they live in. Like whenever
Well,
natural
you know,
disasters
America
hit.
doesn't want to help them out because they're a communist nation. And you know, America doesn't work with any communist nation. Where was my
All
phone
right,
at?
He said, America doesn't work with any communist nation unless they're communist nations that we currently like.
China.
Yeah, basically like China, which is hilarious. But yeah, I mean, the whole assassination in Haiti thing, there's definitely more to the story. It's definitely suspicious as hell. I don't think necessarily the United States was up to it, but I do
Yeah.
think they had a good plot. The problem is you don't yell out DEA because niggas know the United States drug force is not coming to your shitty country, all right? It's just not how we're going to do
it was
things.
Antifa.
Yeah, exactly. They would have been better off yelling out Antifa. They'd be like, God damn it. I knew them liberals was going to get crazy. I knew it. They're coming to bring communism.
Like I'm find a way to blame the Black Panthers.
Oh, I mean, he's not
Wow.
wrong, though. He's not wrong, though. They're going to find a way to blame the Black Panthers.
But did
But,
they do it?
The Black Lives Matter movement did it.
I mean, Reed, you're right. Did the Black Panthers do this? I don't know. All
Yeah.
those questions and
I'm
more
gonna go
answered.
with the CIA. And they won't tell us, and they'll just stop talking about it one day. Well, yeah.
They already kind of have.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, because now they're talking about we got to do something about that other place, Cuba. I'm just like, what you mean do something? Go send your little kids over there and start a war with the island and see who wins if it works. And
Hey,
good
the thing
luck.
about it is, we all know Cuba ain't done nothing wrong. They actually tried to help the United States when we were having bad coronavirus stuff, and it's like, I mean, yeah, they don't like us, but I mean, they're pretty nice for someone that doesn't like us. And I mean, they
I
really
mean,
don't like us just
only the
because we were
Democrats and
assholes.
Republicans talk about it because they want to win Florida. But yeah, again, no one cares about the turtle head of the United States. Like, stop giving a fuck about Florida. Like, it's a shit spank. I mean, it is what it is. What is it? 25 electoral points or something like that, or is it?
Yeah, and I don't know how it's 25 because Florida sucks.
Because there's no limit on how many seats there can be, and they purposely created some in a region they know that they can easily manipulate.
One thing I do love about Florida is open container laws, though. You can just walk around with a bottle and don't even matter.
I mean, it's an open pedophile law out there too. You can
Really?
go around and just molest and pedophile all the way.
Damn, nigga, you ain't have to
I
take it
mean,
that far,
Las
but you're not
Vegas
wrong.
is the same way. You just got covered, I believe.
Yeah, that's the only problem with Vegas is you gotta cover it if you're going between places. But yeah, you can have it just open if you're chilling on the block,
Ain't
just
got nothing
drinking.
on New Orleans. New Orleans.
Oh, yeah. But I don't
I
want to go
mean,
there.
yeah, but nobody's going to murder capital of the United States of America.
They
I
already killed
mean,
all the black people there when they blew up the dam, but that's whatever.
We'll talk
Nigga
about that
blew up the
part.
dam.
Maury just trying to get assassinated.
I
Reed
mean,
came in today like, man, fuck it, nigga.
This ain't a
that's what the people in New Orleans said. I wasn't there. They said they blew it up. They
he
said
said,
Katrina ain't helped, but they blew up the dam themselves to get rid of Lord Knife for it, and kill some of those black people in the process. But hey, if you're in New Orleans, tell me what you know if you were actually there. I would like to know because it's a conspiracy theory as of right now, but
I
I
mean, I
want
can
to put it past them.
try to get my best friend as a guest. He was born and raised there, grew up there, had
Did he
the
stay?
before he joined the military. I mean, he joined a
No,
year
no, no,
after.
no. When Katrina
Oh,
happened, did he stay?
he left, but he had to go back right afterwards. I mean, because he needed work, but he was one of the few first back that got to see what it did. You
Yeah,
know,
they said they blew. They said it wasn't Katrina. They said that they heard a loud boom noise, which could have been a bomb. They say,
are these the
and
same people that said Nipsey was killed in a military style format assassination?
Yes, these are the same people, the
no,
very same.
this is somebody from New Orleans. Nipsey just got killed, by a nigga for being a nigga who had a pride issue. I mean, from what it looks like, but in the same time, I'm like Nipsey, you was too exposed, so it's a catch
It
twenty
was a
two.
wrap.
I'll see if which I doubt he will be because that nigga's the busiest nigga in the world next to Obama. But
Who?
His friend,
Larry, yeah,
who's from there. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
he's actually
Nipsey,
related.
yeah. Well, rest in peace, man. I always thought this last album he made was overrated. I don't like the way California niggas rap though. I
He
don't
didn't rap
know.
like a California nigga. I was a
He
fan
he,
from
he rap like a West Coast person still, a California. Like,
he
you finally really made it, huh? I got
no,
street. Like, oh, I hate it.
not really. I wouldn't have truly because he didn't. I mean, I wouldn't have known
When
he
I
was from
say,
Cali from his production style, I guess, from the beats he chose. But I didn't. I say that just because I don't like California rap like that. That's why I was like, I don't think he was a Cali. He sounded like a California rapper, but I can get.
you're thinking like the old '90s. I think, well, maybe they all rap like him now.
I probably. I mean,
Yeah.
him, Gang, and Kendrick kind of changed the way folks did it because it was like, oh, we got to actually have talent. Okay,
Well, the game kind of always to me rap like he was from New York.
York. He did that on purpose though, because he's like a fucking. I can't listen to him all the time because he tries to sound like everybody else. Like I remember he did that one song when he literally purposely like raps like Big or Pac and somebody else where
It's
he
a
was like
chameleon.
he
Mm.
is, but that ain't attractive in music like in rap. Like that's why
It depends on because sometimes Drake does it well. He doesn't do
Drake
it
does it
well.
very
he
well.
has no real identity. He came in like, hey, I want to be a black American. Can I say nigga? Ha ha ha, ha nigga. I'm from Canada. I know Weezy. I got a hard part into my head. Do I have friends?
You leave Drake's surgical part alone, damn it.
I can't help but make fun of him. I'll never make it in the entertainment business because there's too much out there about me making
He
fun of
said
him.
he has a what?
He has a surgical part. That's not a real part. That shit was made. It's man-made. Like that
Why?
damn. I don't know. I mean, I
Because he's
guess
a
somebody told him
certified
that shit
lover
was
boy.
hot.
Did he have had surgery or something?
Look, man, I'm not saying that the nigga had all of the hairs on his head replaced so that he could have that part, but I'm not saying that he didn't have all the hairs in his head surgically modified or removed / added so he could have that part. And
You
he's the
don't know
case.
that because you're not a certified lover boy. Stay in your place.
Exactly, nigga.
Uh,
Album been coming for a year plus, and we
I
still
mean,
ain't seen that shit.
when they showed that picture of him and the old girl in the stadium, I just instantly said, "I'm just tired of this dude. Like, you just get on my nerves. Like,
yeah, but when he
it's the
drops an album,
reason."
we're gonna listen to it.
What'd you say?
When he drops an album, we're all gonna listen to it.
Yeah, but I don't ever go
Yeah, but
back
he's
to
saying
listen to it.
he doesn't care about the lead
Yeah,
up to it.
it ain't
Like
even
the
that. I mean,
whole
I'm gonna listen to his music. You make decent music. I mean, the thing is, what he is in the public eye isn't, in a sense, bad. I'm just saying he is like this. I'm the corny guy that does cheesy things, but I got a lot of money now. I think is over with. Like, you're fucking damn near 40, bro. It's like J. Cole kept talking about. I'm a college student and you're in your mid 30s. Like, all right, bro, that's done. You're over with. Like,
I don't
pick
know
the
what
next step in your
Cole
life.
is a different one. I don't know what
over
he's
that.
on.
He been over that.
Yeah,
He's
but
just weird.
it's just that stick. Like, when you if you already are successful, there's no reason for that stick, especially if that's not what your music is
Sir,
founded
are
on.
you ignoring Little Nas X?
You know what
No,
though? That one
look,
song is actually pretty cool. I ain't even want to say that shit, but
Which
hey,
I just
song?
you
that
talking
song
about?
that everyone hate the video.
Call me.
Yeah, call me when you want. That
I ain't
song
Hey,
is
really got.
I'm
I
a,
ain't,
still a
I'm a,
pop
I'm gonna
song.
say this to y'all. That song is. I like the song. I don't care for the video, but
I've
Look,
never
man,
listened to
I
it.
don't like the song. I don't like the video,
How don't
and
you like
more
the
yeah.
and more
song?
How do you not like? Yeah, I yes.
and more importantly, no one talks about the fact that this nigga flopped with that shit.
He did. I do. I address it all the time. That's why they're trying to push it on all the fucking commercials
You
that they
know
got
that
on.
song? It goes with like almost every anime opening. Some dude did it on TikTok. I was just
Yeah.
like, it
Hey,
does.
look, I'm not gonna address the ghost of gay ass past. All right, look.
No, he's definitely gay present.
He just like. I mean, I said it on
I
the message.
wish,
So I have to
I
repeat it.
wish he was like the gays of old, like Little Richard. Like
I knew this was gonna be your segue. Go ahead.
that dude was like obviously gay, but he denied it.
Not just obviously gay. This nigga was like gay to where it's like, Little Richard, don't you have on eyeliner and all this other stuff? He's like,
No, it don't
no,
matter.
Hey,
Call
his
me
foundation. He did look
April.
like our grandmas though. But the thing
exactly,
was,
Yeah,
that's the
he
thing
was the
that's
elephant in the
scary.
room.
Little Richard would sit up there, bold face beat, and everyone would be like, "You're gay, right?" He's like, "No, no."
I'm
He's like,
struggling with
"Nigga,
my sins, but I'm the greatest musician ever.
don't you see these women?" It's like, I don't know. Some of
He'll
those
have
could
a
be
woman in the room, so
trans.
technically he thought it wasn't gay. I read his history. He's an interesting guy. I don't never remember any of his
Did he have
music that I
kids?
like. Uh-uh.
Nuts.
That's
None
actually
of
really sad. I think he should have done the Michael Jackson skeet into a tissue and let her run with that.
That's hilarious.
I
You
mean,
I
so you
mean,
mean tissue? You
but the
mean about
thing,
white woman or just like an actual tissue?
no, I meant like actual tissue. I don't care what color the woman is. I just think for someone who is as blessed with a voice and music and the ability to put everything together slash play the guitar, the fact that Little Richard had no heirs is deeply saddening. Because it's like if you're really good at music, like I wish you had kids. Like I wish
yeah,
Freddie
yeah.
Mercury had
All right,
kids.
but
Like
put it like this: you say that, but then again, you got Marvin Gaye who did have kids, and that worked out for nobody.
yeah, but the only reason Marvin Gaye didn't work out for kids is because, as Reed told 2 podcasts ago, niggas who have kids who are into younger women who then get those kids donated to other people. That's not the same.
Yeah,
Like
but he has
Marvin,
his daughter is the closest thing to success because she acts. That's about it. But the talent went nowhere else.
yeah, but look at the family. That's all Barry Goldie, all that
I
bullshit.
know. Yeah.
There wasn't a chance for the talent to really get like an honest thing. Like I feel like if Little Richard or Freddie Mercury had a child, both of those kids would have grown up to do awesome ass shit, and we'd be like, damn.
What is Mike's surrogates doing? If you want to say that, if that's your argument.
No. The problem with Mike Surrogates is the weirdness. Like you can't be too famous. Like the problem is Michael was too famous. Like too famous, too
yeah.
rich,
Yeah, but
too
their celebrity is all about like what's that one girl? I forgot his daughter's name. That all she does is tweet about what her dad did. We don't hear from Blanket. Blanket had whole House South Park episodes dedicated to him, and we still don't hear from
He
Blanket.
did. He did. You're
that's
right.
because
Like
Blanket's like, man, I don't want this fame shit.
we don't. I mean, outside of us not really know what they look like because people show pictures of them, but we don't really know. We don't remember because we don't care about the fucking kids because they're not his real kids. meaning his talent will not pass down.
Well, no,
And
no.
there,
There's that one kid who was at his funeral. You remember the one that's in India that can dance and all that shit?
oh
They
yeah,
never talk
yeah.
about that nigga. That nigga got the Michael Jackson juice, but they are fighting like hell to make sure that
Well,
nigga can't be
how many
successful.
niggas on social media can sound like Michael Jackson now and look like today's makeup?
I mean,
Shit.
look, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Um,
It's just the window was closed on some legacies. Like it's true what you're saying. Like too bad they didn't get passed down. But we're in the day and age where legacy is nothing if we're not talking about money because talent ain't going through the gene pool. Diddy's kids are a perfect example. They're trying
no,
to,
no, no,
but
no, no, no. Diddy is a selfish bastard. Let's take that
but
back.
they have platforms though. That's the thing. They have outlets and platforms. They're clearly not talented enough to recreate, which is the other thing. You can't capitalize on something the same thing. Like you ain't even trying to pave your own lane. Like fake whack ass Willow Smith. At least she's trying to pave her own weird ass lane. It's unsuccessful, but at least she's trying. You know,
No,
it's
she's
like,
successful for a kid who has all the push, but none of the sustainability. Because again, I loved her album that came out this week. I didn't include it on the list because it's a
yeah.
weird alt pop album. Like I mean,
Everything
it's
she does is weird alt pop. That's what I'm saying. Like
no, not with my hair back and forth. I mean, let's be
that's
honest
different,
here.
and that's what
Wow.
made her fucking want to stop doing it because Will pushed her too hard on that. Apparently.
No, Will didn't push her too hard on that. Will was like, "You want to be famous, baby girl? This is how you do it," and she didn't like that. So now she's doing all this weird alt pop stuff or making tributes to her mom, and it's like, Willow, we don't give a shit about that. Make the music good. Like again,
Like
you may not like
you know who
Jaden
made
Smith.
that weird music? Jada made that weird ass music, and nobody remembers it. I
But
do only because it was weird ass music, and Jada's just
Jada was part of a rock band, so she had diehard fans. She still has fans. The difference between Willow, Jada, and Jaden is that Jaden is like, I'm gonna lean in on this shit, but I'm gonna lean in just enough to get the stuff and just enough to keep my fan base
Jaden
going.
plays with the homosexuality card. That's why he's successful.
I
He's
don't think
using that. He's abusing that.
I
I can see where
He
he's coming from.
I see
he's
the argument you're
he's
making,
being
but he
Tessa
doesn't
Thomas
lean
right
in
now.
because
No, he's being Tessa Thomas.
No, Tessa Thomas is very different because Tessa Thomas wanted to be like, oh, I'm alternate, whatever. It's like because someone called you out on your bullshit, you gonna now pull this I'm different card. That's playing into the card. Jay didn't do that. Jay was just that weird kid who was like, I want to wear a dress. And it was like, no, don't wear the dress. It's like, all right, I'm already wearing the dress. And it's like,
Okay,
I
what about
guess
the
this is
back and
gonna go.
forth with Tyler the Creator, and what about
Look, the two of them are gay lovers. That's as far as I'm concerned.
the gay role from what was it the Get Down
The what?
and the Get Down that Netflix is it called the Get Down? It was the hip hop show that was on Netflix. That
Yeah, get down. I know what you're talking about.
yeah, like his character turned gay in season 2. There was no indication of that the first season of that show, and then the second season it turned him gay.
I don't control that. All I remember for him in TV shows was that black anime on Netflix that people hated, and then it got a Christmas special and people were more mad. And I'm like, why are y'all so pressed? Well, it's because it's not a good anime. I'm like, nigga, there's a lot of not good animes. Like, get in line. Like, if this is your complaint, nigga, you got a lot of Japanese niggas to go through. So we gonna get through all of them. Then you can come back and hate on this Netflix anime shit because Netflix is just trying to get together their anime thing, and slowly but surely they're getting it together. But yeah, I mean,
Because it's
again,
cheaper.
him flirting with homosexuality. I don't care. I mean, do I think the nigga's
I
gay?
don't think it's
No.
gay. I think he's just using it for, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's my
I
only
agree with
thing.
that too.
You're using it like it ain't you ain't authentic.
Well, no,
And
no. Tyler the Creator is definitely very gay. So I think if you're flirting with
I don't
Tyler,
think he's
but
gay.
Tyler's success doesn't correlate with that. It's not attached to that. Tyler has been successful before that shit, and then he just starts saying weird shit, and it's like, oh well, we support
I mean,
you. Live your
Tyler
truth.
was Tyler was a troll before Little Nas X. Then he was basically like, I'm
He's a
gonna make
talent
music.
control.
Mm,
I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
Tyler's gay.
I don't think
Yeah, I don't think Tyler's gay either. I just
I
think
wouldn't
he's
say that
just
Tyler's a talented troll. I think Tyler is talented, and he veered in with the whole gay people, whatever. But I have my boy Frank here, and fully support his gayness. And it's like, I mean, by being the villain, he was able to get people to not look too far into him. Because if you look at the early Tyler the Creator shit, you're like, nigga, you seem a little sus, just a little bit. But
I
everybody
mean,
heard his
he
whole kill women, rape
yeah, but
women, whatever bullshit. Gays are
that
terrible,
was the
and
road that Eminem paved. Though everybody learned shock value sells. Eminem started this whole storm of shock value being successful. It's just the
Well,
fact that
not
blacks
really.
had to find it.
Shock value actually
No, I
started.
was
If
talking
you
about
want to
going.
go with, as far
Who?
as hip hop, you want to go back to
Two
NWA.
Live
If
Crew.
you're talking about
Two
shock
Oh
Live.
no,
value to
no,
white
no! I'm
people.
talking about beyond. Like NWA was shock
NWA.
value, yeah, but they
That was
had
like
a
white
message.
American census. It's just a matter of
Yeah,
what census you're talking about being shocked.
yeah. That's what I go off
Two
of
Live
then
Crew would
because
be the more of the sets.
Exactly. I was about to say Two Live Crew is really what I'd say
there's,
because
but even
NWA
Luke
just
said
came with
it.
this whole
Uncle Luke and all of them, Two Live Crew, whatever you
yeah,
want to
yeah,
call
Uncle
When
Luke, Two Live Crew, all that
he talks about
era.
the court case and everything, and you hear him speak on it, he even was. They weren't going for shock value. It was just no. We want to talk about this shit. You let these white boys do it. Why the fuck can't we do it? They were being rock and roll. Like it's just niggas was doing it. And I mean by Eminem, it was Eminem pushed it to outside of sex. He took it from sex
culture.
and politics. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
he definitely culture.
Everything before that was sex and politics. Eminem was like, I killed my mom. I killed my daughter's mom. I raped this person. Like he started saying the
He
weirdest shit.
never said he killed his daughter.
Yeah, he never said he killed his daughter. He
I didn't
said
say
he
he said
killed
my
Kim.
daughter's mom. I said daughter's mom. I didn't say daughter
Oh.
I
because
mean,
he
but
would
she
say that
deserved to
sometimes.
die.
I
Yeah,
mean, look,
but
you leave Kim alone, all right? I don't like her, but that's still the mother
so
of his child.
But
essentially, what I'm
I have a
saying is he created the wave of that awkward shock value. But go ahead, read. I mean, I read Armstead. I mean, let's
I
kick you
got
off.
just to backpedal real quick. I know he said that some people can be too famous. What is considered too famous, and what is like that range of like?
He was saying the kids will never live up to him.
Well, not just that.
I
You
believe.
have when you're
No, I
when
know
you're
he was.
too famous, when you're too famous, you're famous to the point where just regular stuff doesn't make sense to you. Like the reason that I think Willow isn't as famous as she could be is because she's too famous. Like you don't have to worry about how you do things in life because no matter what, you're gonna come up fine. Like you want to be just famous enough. Like look at to do another Hollywood family. Look at Denzel Washington and his son. Denzel's not too famous. Denzel's just famous enough just old enough. So his son had to come up on his own things. And even his dad told him he wasn't going to help him out. So he had to actually, get it out the mud. Although he did have his father's name, but he never cashed in on it. He got all his stuff himself. That's being just
You
famous
believe
enough.
that?
Yeah, you believe that shit?
Yeah, I believe that
I
shit.
think that's the story,
No.
but I kind of believe he did behind the scenes because
Correct.
to get in graces
Look,
with
look,
Denzel.
I'm not saying he didn't pull the Obama. I mean, who wouldn't? It's still your child. But I mean, he didn't outright do it. Like,
No,
you
but
know,
honestly, he's good on his own merits versus some of these other kids. But most
Yeah,
times, you don't even know that they're these people's kids because a lot of these big actors, you go back up their family tree, you can find that same kind of stuff. And I don't care about it personally. I think if I was in a position to do so, I would do the same thing. So
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean, but
the
yeah,
that was the
nepotism
thing
is
that
real.
blacks need to understand that nepotism ain't ultimately a bad thing because that's what this world's
Yeah,
economy was
we need
built
to be
off of.
more. Black people should be
Yeah,
the most nepotistic to each other.
like people just
Right.
need to understand that the hookup and nepotism aren't the same fucking thing, and I think that's
Correct.
where the fucking
You
lines
have
are
to
blurred.
work for one of them.
Yeah,
The hookup
So
yeah.
is
the
just like,
the
hey,
point
That's
the
honestly
point that
that
I
that's
was getting at with it is do you feel like Beyonce and Jay-Z's children or would
they have zero
be
chance of being
they're gonna
successful as
they're gonna
artists.
benefit from nepotism heavily, and they're not even gonna be in the entertainment business.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna. They're just gonna be famous.
Yeah, they're
correct.
gonna be Black
Yes.
Kardashians,
I
except we're
mean,
not gonna.
I don't think they'll be. Don't ever.
Not,
Beyonce
you
would
know what
never
I
let
mean
her
by
kid be
that.
a
Not
Kardashian. Yeah, I know what
Kardashian
you mean.
in the traditional sense. I'm just saying, or Hiltons. How about that? Black Hiltons. They ain't gonna be on reality TV. I'm just saying
You
they gonna
never
be rich.
know.
yeah, you
You
never
never
Yeah,
know.
know.
you know how like some people we don't know, we don't speak up, but like why this motherfucker always there? Like they rich and famous, and nobody knows why.
Correct.
Like they might
I
be
mean,
that, but then again, that's Beyonce and Jay Z's kids, so they might have like just that drop of I'm Beyonce or Jay Z's child.
I have no idea what they're gonna be. But I am intrigued to see it. So I
That's what
love
I
the
was saying.
possibility.
That's what I was like. I wonder how if like once they get at that certain age, it's like, dang, you are my
I
mother,
think they're
you are
gonna
this.
try to be artists because
That's what I'm saying.
I think what's the name is pushing Ivy to some extent, but I
I
don't know
think
if she
Ivy's
has
gonna
it.
be a personality.
Correct. I think we haven't even scratched the surface of what direction she's going to end up going in. But that's the good and the bad thing about being a famous celebrity child is
Correct.
that you can go in so many different ways. And people who are like, "Oh man, she's going to be a rapper," it's like, nigga, you have no fucking idea. Like it
Right.
is
Yeah.
too early to even know which career path. Like she might become the next like model or fucking actor.
She might
Like we
be
just
fucking
don't
amazing.
know.
Like look at Chris Brown's daughter. He wants her to be a dancer so bad, and that little girl got no rhythm. It's like,
Yeah,
Whatsoever.
but she's young.
yeah, but
Also
I mean,
true.
I'm just saying that's an example though. It's just like you don't
Yeah,
learn how to
she's bad
dance. You
too.
either know how to dance or you don't.
I think you do learn how to dance. You can learn how to dance.
Well,
You definitely learn
you're
how to
right.
dance.
You're right. But
But
he's
Chris Brown
pushing
knows
it.
how to dance.
Yeah, he's
He
pushing
didn't
it,
have
and
to
it's
learn
like,
how to
yeah,
dance.
I think
yeah.
she's too young. She don't have her
Mm,
body together yet.
I don't know because like all right, the
How
way
old is
I'll
she?
use it, shit, like 7, ain't she now? 6 or
Yeah,
7
she's
now?
too young.
No, that shit comes naturally though. That's what I mean by that. I'm
Yeah,
not
Some
saying
remember
she
Chris
people
learned.
have
Brown?
it.
She would probably
I
through
mean,
choreography.
there is a natural ability, but what I'm saying is like she has to grow into herself too.
One eternity later.
I hope everybody's ready to get into high gear. DJ Academics made a statement on the Flagrant 2 podcast that Little Baby ain't selling out arenas, but Russ is. Do you agree with them, or do you think this nigga's just talking that shit?
I ain't fancy neither one of them niggas, so y'all tell me.
No idea.
Hold on,
Well,
say that again. Because I watched that episode actually.
well, yeah, I watched the part 2 because luckily they did a good job with the
Oh, hold on.
timestamps on
I
the
don't
YouTube
watch
video.
this podcast because I don't like him.
No, not him. He was on Flagrant with Andrew
Okay.
Schultz and the Indian dude.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the only reason I watch it because he basically laid out a pretty good argument. I mean, the big thing here is that arenas are you're talking people who are like what is that 18,000 or is it 15? Does it start at 15? DJ.
Yeah, it was about 15.
Yeah, like it's one thing to say that Lil Baby could play at any club in America, and they're like, yeah, it probably could. And it's another thing for him to play at specific spots in America, which again he could.
What he said, what it was he used Russ as a comparison because Russ is clearly not as big of an artist as Lil Baby, but he has a solid fan base, and
I think he's industry pushed. If I was to be honest with you, because I be hearing all
Russ is
these Ben
independent
Boston
though.
statements. No, Little Baby.
Oh
I keep
well,
hearing these
yeah.
like weird statements, like man, he the next one, and he the next. I'm just
Oh, we lost you there, Reed.
Damn, we lost him.
But
I felt like
picking
that
up
was gonna be a good
Reed's
tangent.
argument, no, he's right. Like, there's been a lot of statements as far as Lil Baby, like, oh man, he's the next one. Oh man, he's coming up. Oh man, Lil Baby the GOAT. And it's just like you hear that stuff like, or like when Kanye said Lil Baby, my favorite rapper. It's like, nigga, what are you doing?
oh no, I just hear a lot of stuff about Little Baby. It's like an industry push. I mean, more power to the nigga. I just don't. I know people like him, but I don't see what they see. Like, they're like he the next one up. I'm like, based on what?
I don't know what that means when
Like
it comes to
he's
what
like
he's
a
limited in his abilities.
all I hear is the
Yeah.
same. I mean, I just don't get it. Like I feel like I'm not trying to
Well,
hate on this nigga. Like he don't have a personality.
this
He's
is the
dry as
first.
fucking cardboard when he talks. His rap is basically "I'm the new future." I don't see it. I don't see
I
it.
actually did what we spoke about once a few weeks ago. It was when I was making the lines of mix I made with the like current music, and when I re-listened to it, on the sense of just re-listen to make sure the mix is good, I was like, let me go ahead and zone in on what these niggas are saying. And you know how what's the new thing that all these niggas say, young niggas and niggas that ain't too much younger than us, man, that nigga is spitting. And I was like, what the fuck is he spitting?
Correct. Just read his lyrics. What the fuck is he saying?
Yeah,
That's so
like they
cool,
just saying a bunch of random shit. Even the same thing what people say about Takeoff. I listened to him on a few of the songs on the Migos album, and I was like,
bro.
what
I'm with
what
you.
like I don't understand y'all definition of spitting, but y'all gonna shit on Andre Three Stacks and a few of the people that we all do respect for what their skill set is from
I
rap
mean, look,
and beat.
man, you just don't listen to it. Like, look at Lil Baby, my dog. The nigga said $100,000 on my neck, another 50,000 on my wrist. Every nigga with me real rich. Niggas having pressure about a bitch. I got all my cases dismissed. I go back and forth on the internet. Nigga, what the fuck are you rapping about? You're
No,
right.
I
You're
really
right.
like. I'm not
You're
like.
right.
I just like. I'm really trying to find it. Like I'm like. I don't see it. He's nothing special to me.
I,
And I don't. And I don't want to sound like I'm hating on him. Like guys really tell me a Little Baby lyric that y'all think is just like
Well,
not
no,
even
not a
like doing
lyric.
some
Anyone can come up
the
with a
best
good
the
lyric.
best
I'm
thing I've
saying a
heard him
verse.
say is I'm not a goat, but I fit the description. That's probably the coldest thing I've ever heard him say.
Nah,
I
man. The
mean
coldest thing he
that's
ever
it.
said was "Wham, wham, wham." Bitch, I'm Lil Baby.
Oh my god, that's why I didn't
I
listen to
can't
him the
tell
first
y'all
2 years he was
nothing.
out.
I mean, I like how he rides beats sometimes. Like on that "Pride is the Devil," I like his
Mhm.
verse. Break
You
it
mean
down, way it up,
his
now
12
back it up, make it fast
his
and muscle
partial verse,
regular.
partial verse. He only did 12 of the 16.
I mean, I told you, look, J. Cole finished his bars for him.
J. Cole had to clean that nigga shit up.
every chance I get song like that one. That's the one where I tried to zone in and know what he's saying and all right, scratch the million off my checklist 3 years ago. Add 2 zeros to the one. I'm in a different mode. This is my life. Do what I want. I be different. I be with different hoes. You know the pick and roll. I pick her up and send her home. It's like there's nothing deep about that. Like I ain't saying like deep and little, but I'm like, all right, cool. Versus I was listening to some of the Lil Wayne when we were anticipating like the Carter 3 uh and the bootlegs kept coming out and the leaks and shit. And I was like, God damn, I missed this Wayne.
And
You
like
know,
these dumb sayings, like I feel like I'm old, bro. Like I can't even hold you, bro. I'm like,
my
what the
demon
fuck,
time is
bro?
nothing nice. I try not to win nothing. Twice I came up off shooting dice.
I don't know,
Sounds
man.
like we're
I
hating, bro. And I feel you.
We do,
Like
and no,
we're
it's all
not.
right. It's
We're
nothing bad
not.
about like I'll bop to it and everything, but when niggas say
Correct.
that nigga got bars, like nah, dog, don't disrespect bars. Like
Y'all don't know what
that's a
bars
different.
are.
Exactly.
But
Like if we
and
ain't
like
talking
I
about
knew
man,
I
you
was
gotta listen
listening to
to.
Lil Jon and them. I was like, bro, something ain't right about these niggas, but I like it. Like
Like
and
they're
again,
know
you
trying to
don't
I
just
and
agree with
say
you with
that.
that.
just
Yeah,
because he
just
did
say
that
that.
conscious song, they want to go ahead and try to add him to like this more deep type of rapper. It's like, no, that nigga's still a trap rapper. He just said some shit that he felt was like politically correct and it helped him get a message out. But that don't mean that nigga
And but
belongs
that
in that
shit was
category.
so it
It
was
was
so
dry too.
basic.
It was dry. Yeah,
It was
it
so
wasn't nothing
basic. He
special.
didn't even say anything controversial.
It's the same thing as what they say with Cardi B. Like, man, she be talking about politics. Like, no, Cardi B repeated something that you heard somebody intelligent say, but the fact is you respect it more because it's Cardi B and you like Cardi B.
Yo. And like I'm waiting for y'all to cancel her because, we have actual her admitting to drugging and, she didn't have sex with him, right? She just drugged them and took their money.
She didn't give him a hot
So
Cosby.
then, I mean, Cosby, he supplied the drugs and they did them. She's saying that she supplied the drugs. No, she intentionally drugged them. There's a difference. I don't think Bill Cosby ever admitted to actually drugging women in the sense of that the media portrays. But that's a whole nother story.
Well, no. Bill Cosby admitted to drugging women. He just didn't say that he raped them.
No,
That's the
no, no,
difference
no, no,
there.
no. He admitted to some. If you come
They,
in a room and I have coke and you do coke, I
yeah.
you you. That's what
Well,
he's saying.
Nigga,
that's the controversy. That's the
you're trying to
controversy
pull
behind.
a technicality, but you don't
That's
get a
not
technicality.
technicality.
No, but no, because all right, this is where I avoid the argument. But if you dive deep into it, really, especially in that world, especially in the '70s where shit was wild off the back, they knowingly did drugs openly and wanted to fuck. It's just the fact that you did a drug that made you pass out. Now, if there was something beyond that, then say that. But don't say I went to his room and he gave me the drugs that I asked for that made me go sleepy, even though we did agree upon sex afterwards or before. Like
That's
it's
where it
kind of
gets
like
weird. They're like, what if
it's
that was
muddled.
your
Yeah,
daughter?
it's
You
muddled.
decided you did drugs with a fucking stranger. You get what you fucking get.
No.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
The problem with this is that Bill, to his own acknowledgement, when asked, when you got Quaaludes, was it in your mind that you're going to use these Quaaludes for young women that you want to have sex with? He responded, yes. It's one thing if you just get Coke
That's
and you just leave a
different.
kilo.
That's
No, it's
same as
not.
bro. When you buy liquor and you think she gonna fuck her quicker, yes, nigga.
No, nigga. It's different if you're buying the liquor and you're going to consume some of it yourself and she's going to consume any of it. Bill never said, nigga, I use Quaaludes. This nigga said, I was
Well, true.
buying
He from the
Quaaludes.
'70s, bro. They use Quaaludes too.
Yeah, they used it, and everybody says
It's
that.
not
Like,
about him being from the 70s, his own words. He bought
but
Quaaludes
no,
with
but no,
the
no. I'm
intention
saying,
to have
Bro,
sex
when
with
you
young
buy
women.
the
but how they talk
bro, you
about how
saying you
blacks
don't
and
smoke weed. Them whole you buy a goddamn sack. Them whole come over smoke that sack. What you talking about?
yeah.
So the hell you talking about, man?
But
What you
look,
talking about?
everybody that speaks. Who was it? I was watching. I was listening to. I want to say it was Joe Rogan. Yeah, when he was talking to Quentin Tarantino, he was on there, and they was talking about the transition from the '70s to the '80s. And Quentin was like, the 70s was wild for movies, the entertainment biz, and how people live because it was just free. Everybody just doing what the fuck they want, fuck who they want to fuck, doing all kinds of drugs. And then the 80s wanted to autocorrect that and make it kind of more PC and friendly. That's why we got the kind of movies we got in the 80s versus the 70s, because it was like, yo, y'all need to calm the fuck down. And Bill in those stories was the 70s Bill, you know, and 60s was probably just as wild. But it's like, if that was what they were doing back then, it's
Well,
kind of
60 was
like,
free love. They didn't really mix it with that. They didn't really mix it with
yeah,
drugs. It was just
but if that was what they were
orgies.
doing back then, and then they're trying to say, you know, we can't be mad at movies that depict black people a certain way because that's the way the culture was back then. Well, that kind of falls in that category. You can't get mad at Bill for doing that back then. That was the culture. They just
Again, we're
got
not talking about
drugged
Bill
up
back
in.
then. That's the problem that people keep saying is like I'm talking about what this nigga did when he gave that original deposition in 2015 that should not have been used against him because he gave the deposition to the prosecutor with the thought and
He gave the
intention that the
deposition saying I supplied the drugs. I didn't shove it down their throat. Like the
no,
way
he said that he bought the drugs with intent to give it to young women. Again, it's not
young
about
women who
whether
wanted to do the fucking drugs, bro.
But
You
that
yes,
falls
taking
back
advantage
sir.
into what
of a
Reed
fully
said.
grown
You buy the
woman.
weed for the hoes at the party. That mean, are
Correct,
you a bad
Shorty.
guy?
I bought this set for the bit, but I ain't talking about,
If
but
you
Like,
you
all
can't
right,
give
even home me
what's
with that
different? All right,
nonsense.
so
You can't even
so
home me
answer
with that
this.
nonsense.
What's the difference between that and the cops that used to do those sting operations where they bought the drugs and put it out there just so they can catch people doing it or trying to solicit
we're not arguing that the cops are wrong because they always are. Like the moment you have to use the United States government
it?
to defend your position, you already lost. The
Hey,
issue
look,
here
hey,
is
sidebar. I had a homie post something that had me dying. They said niggas that think the government cares for them probably think strippers love them too. So
exactly that's true. That's all facts. That's all facts. They probably also think that ladies of the night are their best friends. No, they're not. All these
well,
niggas want your money or to enslave you or both. Cardi B.
Man,
but
what you talking
But
about?
back to
These
your
hoes,
point.
you can turn that hoe into a housewife. That's what her name is. Hoe we. That's a whole use wife. You know what I mean? A housewife ain't nothing but a whole you wife. You know what I mean?
I
You ain't
hear what
wrong.
you're saying. The bigger point here is he bought those to give to women. Now
No, he
he
bought
didn't
those
put
to
a
women who
gun.
asked for them.
No, he bought those with intent to have sex with women. That's
Who
like a
asked
nigga
for them?
being like, again, this like a nigga being like, look, man, I just bought a bunch of condoms. I'm just gonna leave them right here. Like, nigga, no, you bought these condoms with express intent to be like, I need these condoms because I'm trying to fuck bitches. He needed them Quaaludes because he was trying to fuck bitches. That just
But he
is what
was
it is
rich
and
at
ain't
that
what it ain't.
time. You don't need much back.
It,
Come on.
being
Bro,
rich, being rich
being
and
rich,
being does
she
not
gonna fuck him
necessarily
anyway.
mean that you. No, not
You
necessarily.
really
There's
gonna say that?
plenty of
You
rich.
really gonna say that?
There's plenty of rich niggas that are simps that don't get fucked. There are plenty of rich niggas who will spend their
Because
money.
they are not
No, no,
assertive, or
no,
they have a level of humility. They have a level of humility that doesn't allow them to go ahead and do it underneath those terms.
no. The
So
whole argument that you just made was because he's rich, they're gonna fuck, and it's like no, there are plenty of regular niggas having more sex than rich niggas because rich niggas will spend their money and think that this girl's gonna fall in love with them, and really that girl's out there to get that
well,
cash.
those I mean, no, because now you're bringing in the simp argument. We don't need to bring in them because they're not real people.
It's not. It's
They're
not
just
the
fucking
simp
up for
argument.
cash.
I'm saying just because someone is rich doesn't mean that they're going to fuck. That
I
being
agree. I
said,
agree, but
I'm
just
not
because
saying
if
that Bill. I'm not saying that Bill forced anyone to take drugs. I'm just saying we knew what he bought the Quaaludes for, which, in his own words, was to have sex with young women. Let's not skip over that
Young
fact. Like
women
it's
who chose
part of
to
the
take
argument.
drugs.
Again, it's the same thing as Cardi B. Cardi B can't be up here and be like, "Oh, I never did whatever." It's like you bought these
Hers is
drugs with
different.
intent. No,
Hers
hers
was
is
the
the
intent to
exact
rob
he
same.
niggas.
had the malicious
No,
intent off
hers
the
is
back.
hers is the exact same thing.
Yeah,
You
me having
bought
sex
you
with you and someone robbing you are two different things, bro.
no, she
Bro,
bought the
fuck me,
drugs
don't
with it.
rob me, bro.
Again, she bought the drugs with
Unless
intent
you're a man,
to
then just rob me.
she bought the drugs with intent to
That's
drug
comedy,
niggas
though.
and rob them. Not she may say, "Oh, well, I didn't make them take the drugs." No, bitch, you bought the damn drugs with intent to rob niggas. Bill bought the damn drugs with intent to have sex with women. It's the same shit. I get the fact that you're like, "Oh, but no one's making anybody do shit." Nobody's making anyone do anything, but these niggas are stupid as shit.
But for them
So
to claim rape afterwards, but
no, it's
again,
not about them
but
claiming
Riker,
rape
Riker, answer
afterwards.
my original question, and I'm gonna ask you this: Riker, you're a millionaire. You have sex with some random woman. She's white. She's like, hold on, I can get a bag out of him. You're a black man. You gonna get away with this 30 times?
First and foremost, after our friend Derek Jeter, you're going to get away with it 100 times out of 100 times because you make sure that everybody signs their consent waivers and you put phones in boxes and you don't have to worry about that shit.
I just read the worst news I've probably seen in years.
Oh shit.
Derek
GTA
Jeter
6
got
will
locked.
be launched in 2025.
You say what?
That's the worst
GTA will be
news you've
launched
heard.
all year, man. That just depressed me, man. I look forward to those games.
Man, if you played Cyberpunk, you should be happy.
Exactly.
I gave Cyberpunk at least fucking a day of my life, and I never touched it again.
Well,
Mhm.
it'll be the game that you were thinking it was going to be in about 6 months. But since we're just skipping all around, I mean, I'm just going to skip the rest of music topics because I don't
Yeah.
care enough to
He's just
argue
been
the
trashed these last few.
no. I was going to talk about the T-Pain thing, but we'll do that next week.
Oh,
That
I
way we have
love
a
that
fresh week.
topic. That one is
I
something
know,
that's
but
near and dear to my heart.
okay. Well, you
Yeah,
can keep it in your heart for another week.
we
You can
got
keep it
on
in your
here.
heart for another week. All right. So I wanted to talk about this triple standards battle. So basically, a friend set up his friend on a date with a trans woman, and people viewed it as comedy. This was sent in by a viewer from New York. Shout out to you. I didn't want to call out your name like that, but you know who you are, ma'am. Um, and I think the question that we really need to ask here is: does this downplaying black men's suspicions around women who look masculine for comedy have a negative impact on black men's precarious relationships with trans women? Because when you see people laughing at shit like that,
You know the
you
new
can't.
term is all black men are like homophobic because we don't like we're not fucking with that shit for the most part. Like that's not
I
gonna
think it's
happen.
because
Well, no,
we
there's a very vocal group of men who are, but they're just not the ones that these trans women want. And it's like that's not our problem.
that's another double standard there because white folks and white men can openly not be okay with that, and then they're not attacked versus us where you guys want to be accepted yet you won't accept it. Like it's a double standard real heavily on that when they play that kind of
It's a
game, you
triple
know.
standard, nigga. It's a triple standard.
Dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun.
Dun, dun,
And
dun,
I
dun,
just
dun,
that shit
dun.
drives me nuts. Like we aren't allowed to do a lot. And you know what's funny? That was on episode 2 or 3 of Lil Dicky or Dave, where him and Benny Blanco, the Jewish producer, funny looking nigga, they were
Mhm.
him and Lil Dicky were doing the gayest of shit, like just gay, like literally Lil Dicky's ass and balls is in Buddy's face, and they're looking at him, and they did a whole lot of shit. You got to watch it. It's funny, but it's still gay as shit.
Well,
And
Lil
then
Dick is kind of that's
he
his
is,
thing.
but that's what I think. That's what it touched on. I think they said that he even said this season is him touching more of his personal life. And they Gator brought a homie, another black dude around, and they was like, doing it. And Dickie was like, basically ashamed of it around them. Okay, and Benny was like, "What the fuck are you acting funny for now, bro? Like, what the fuck is going on?" And Gator was like, "Yo, y'all want to do that gay shit, man? You go ahead and do it. Y'all allowed to do that. Y'all fucking white boys. You rich and y'all bored and y'all just start doing gay shit." Like, and then the other black dude was like, "Yeah, ultimately, we black. We gotta be fucking extra masculine. We got forced to look this way and look that way. We're not allowed to have the freedom to just go ahead and enjoy life the way that you guys are technically enjoying it right now." And I was like, that was an interesting conversation because that falls and touches on the whole thing about us
I
not
don't
being able.
think that's a matter of masculinity. I just think that black like you think that's why.
No, I
Because
think I think there's some merit to that, but part of it is also because if you're a black guy and you do something that's on a sus line, the first people that are going to come and attack you are going to be black women.
Mhm. Yep.
Now, black men won't be far behind them because look, nigga, if you just decide to go into a club and start grinding on some dude, I'm not gonna say anything in that moment because I'm not watching this. But don't be coming up to me later talking about, hey man, where all the hoes at? Nah, bruh.
Mhm.
I don't know what kind of hoe. I know what
That
kind
goes
of
back to
hoes
our
you be
argument
fucking
where
with.
women are allowed to be bisexual, but nigga, you gay.
Well, we're not allowed to be bisexual because, as we keep saying it, people just don't have a problem with women being with women. Like it's not like a
I
lot
wouldn't
of
want my
niggas.
wife to be bisexual, but hey, whatever.
No. I'm saying people don't have a lot of problems with people being with women being bisexual because a lot of guys are like, "Oh, you just ain't had the right dick yet." A lot of women are like, "I mean, girl, as long as you ain't trying to eat my kitty, it's not a problem." And society, I mean, there can be no children from this bearing, so they don't care. The reason with men why people jump up and down is because it's like a waste of sperm. Oh, how are you going to be weird around my kids? Even though it's like y'all really need to fear niggas who are in your family. Like that's
Right.
statistically the nigga that's going to touch the kids.
It's about what we think is normal. That's more. It ain't got nothing to do with like the sexual predator stuff. It's more like the normal
No,
shit.
no, I'm saying what overarching, what people try to make it seem like,
Oh,
not
okay.
necessarily what it is. They try to make it seem like it's some predator shit, even though nigga, most of these pedophiles is quote unquote straight. So y'all need to deal with that aspect of it. But I think as far as what people think is normal, because I mean, what people think is normal is very different. Like during Little Richie's era, as we were talking about, or sorry, Little Richard. I don't know why I try to call this nigga Little
How
Richie.
dare you? How dare you? How dare you?
Exactly. Sorry, man. In Little Richard's era, like you couldn't even discuss homosexuality without people being like, "We don't talk about that." Nowadays, it's like, "Yeah, that nigga's gay," and then you just move forward. Like it's not a
And
big
that's
deal.
you know what, dude? That's the whole thing that I have a problem with. And honestly, that's why I literally when I discuss homosexuality, I hold no punches, but I also hold no punches in my defense of them either. It's like, look, you want to be fucking normal or considered normal and accepted in the community, you got to take both ends of a fucking conversation. You can't just take the positive.
Little
And
Richard's
bad.
problem was he was a very high
He
advocate
was
for God
flamboyant.
too.
He was
Like
flamboyant because he
we're
grew up
not
in a
gonna
church
have
house.
no flamboyant nigga telling me
Yeah,
about God as well. That just doesn't work for.
I
But
mean, look, the
that's the
flamboyant nigga
challenging.
knows God the best.
You
Now,
know,
is he
yes, yes.
listening to God and hearing what God has to say? That ain't for me to say. But
you just said
I don't.
no.
No, all my gays and homies are heavy in the church, but they're from the South too. I don't know any of my northern gay homies to be in church, but the ones that's from the South, they are heavy in
I
the
mean,
church.
it's culturally what you do. Like that's the thing about it. Like people be like, "Oh, well, so and so is gay, but they be in the church." I'm like, I mean, nigga, it's part of Southern life. Like people can be mad about it, but it's like if you say that church is a part of the community, you can't be mad for gay people being part of that community.
So
Like
No, no,
but there
no.
are people who get upset.
This was back then. That's a totally different era. We talking about Little Richie. He was a super,
Little Richard,
guy.
and they digging down half the choir. Like it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. I mean, just because a nigga is any worse than a nigga who you just be seeing him like he
But
has an
I don't.
awful lot of choir meetings and he doing
Well, we're not hitting that.
practicing sin
I
sin
forgot
people.
we
You
kind of
want
Somebody.
went
black
in like
men to consider trans people, even
No,
though for the most
we're not
part
going to. That's the end of the conversation.
I mean, again, I'm saying what they want, not what they will or won't get. That's what you making the Kevin Samuels argument now. Like he's going to be like, I deserve a high value man. You don't deserve shit. You
Yeah,
deserve whatever it is you actually end up getting.
I mean, if you want to, you'll find you somebody just like this. Where everybody looking for somebody, and you looking for a nigga who obviously not gay to date you. Who you're a man. Like everybody wants something they can't get. I want a supermodel. I want a Mary Dime right now. Like I'll give up like one of y'all lives, except for Armstead. The rest of
Armstead,
y'all,
exactly.
Armstead, because he the only one who I could be able to be like, bro, come see my bitch, and I'll be proud that my nigga seen my bitch. That was this bitch. Rest of y'all niggas wouldn't care.
I mean, I would care enough to make you feel like you did something. I mean, I'm not gonna just be like, "Why you want me to see this woman?"
No, no,
Well,
no,
I
no,
feel
no.
like when he bring the or he lets you see her, you kind of like are. It's an important thing because you don't just
All right.
like let certain homies see certain girls and vice versa.
Yeah, because I never see half the hoes this nigga be fucking.
I mean, you don't see any of the hoes this nigga be fucking save for the women's that he be with, the women's.
Nah,
But
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they hoes until he make them his girl. So that's not neither a disrespectful thing towards them or anything. Because don't get it
that's
twisted, he a
literal
hoe too.
disrespect.
But
Literal
he a hoe
disrespect.
too.
That's the
As
definition
J.
of
hey,
Cole
hoe.
hey, hey, hey,
said,
hey, hey,
as
hey,
J.
hey,
Cole said,
hey, show some
yes,
respect.
we hear it. No, no, no. As J. Cole said, nigga, you enjoy fucking hoes till you realize you is the hoe. So
Nah, nah. But men can't be hoes. But you are a hoe by definition. But you're really not a hoe, bro. Just women are. But that's neither here nor there.
nigga, he's
I
a
ain't gonna lie.
hoe.
I don't even like
Don't
having the
lie to your
conversation
friend.
anymore because Honestly, most of the time, if you got a woman that's independent thinking, they're gonna stick to the opposition. And then if you go ahead to talk to the women that's trying to pander, so they can go ahead and get a nigga they got that's worthwhile, they go pander to us. You never get an authentic answer from the women on that argument at all. Never.
You get plenty of authentic answers. The authentic answer is, look, this is y'all's cross to deal with. See ya. That's the authentic answer. They have they have no dog in this fight. They have no
A
horse in
man
this
is
game.
not a hoe or nothing until he comes home with an STD.
Correct.
Did he?
I feel like again you're going
I feel like
further.
you're defending these hoes, and we don't let niggas defend hoes. We call these niggas simps.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly why the word simp has no meaning.
It does.
Because the word simp originally
Because
meant
they ain't
men
never
who are
they
catering to women and putting them on a pedestal.
ain't,
I'm not putting women on a pedestal. I'm just saying a hoe is a
No,
hoe
no,
is a
you're
hoe
not
is a
putting
hoe.
women
but
on pedestals. You're
you know
putting
what's
hoes on
funny?
pedestals.
Speaking of Sims
No,
though,
no, they aren't pedestals. Women
Speaking
are
of simp,
women and men are men.
go
speaking of
ahead. You
Sims
say.
though, women will never address the fact that they take advantage of the Sims, like how
No,
in
no,
the
they do
same.
address it. They love it. They absolutely
No, no,
love
no,
it.
no, not in the format of hoeing though. Like if you want to have the conversation, if y'all be using these girls, it's like, well, what about what you be doing with all these dudes? Like for every one girl that a dude
First
messes
and
with,
foremost, men and women are not equal. So women are supposed to use men for their resources. That's part of the goddamn dating game. Is
first off,
you try to find as many women who are loose with their legs as you can,
hey,
and
you
she
know,
tries to find the
I
nigga
got
who will put up with her bullshit.
I got a new argument for you, or I got a good analogy, or some kind of comeback for when they say men and women are meant to be created equal. I
They're not.
respond with, if that was true, then God wouldn't have gave the male peacocks the beautiful feathers and not give them to the females.
That's not how it goes. That's a terrible example. The better
I
I
love
example
mean,
it.
you
that's
should
why
have
I'm using it.
used.
That's why I'm using it, though. That's why I'm using it
Okay.
because they gave it to the man to go ahead and flaunt his what is it? His like, what is it? What the fuck is the word I'm looking for? A man is
Alpha.
opting
Resources.
to. What'd you say?
Resources.
Yeah, he's using his resources, natural resources, to attract the women because it is the man that has to go out and attract the women versus the women that just sits there while this nigga out here showing his pretty ass feathers.
Petty
Also
Oh,
ass
known as
girl.
peacocks.
that's a terrible example.
You
I
say
like it.
that because
I
You
you
think
are
should
it's
just
too
use
very.
the you
short.
should have just used the candy shop analogy. All right, it's
I don't like candy.
very simple. I get it, but the fresh and fit Myron, his analogy makes your argument better. So basically, there's this candy store. Men can't come into the candy store until they get to 35. Women get to go into the candy store at 16, 14. Some of them in there at 13, even though they're not supposed to fucking be in there at that age. But basically, at the candy store, because women get to go into it so early, they try a little bit of this. Maybe they get some Snickers one day. Maybe they get some Butterfingers. Maybe they get a little bit of this. Maybe try out licorice. Oh, they didn't like licorice. Oh, now she likes licorice again. But they get to go and just, explore the candy store at their leisure. Meanwhile, men, until you get to 30 to 35, you're not allowed in the candy store. So you get to watch it, you get to see it. Every now and then, you may sneak around the back and be like, yo, man, I will pay you some money for some of this candy out of the candy store. Maybe make some black
Hold
market
on. What
deals.
is the candy in this analogy?
Sex.
Oh, nigga. What?
I don't
So
like the analogy.
35.
women get to go into the candy store from age 13, um, and basically they get to stay in there. So by the time women and men are at 30. Men get into the candy store, them niggas start going ham. They grabbing all the candy off the walls. They throwing candy up around the room. And we're just like, why? Why are you being so violent with this candy? Like, why are you just taking it and just using it for a little bit? He's just like, I spent the last 30 years waiting to get into this shit, god damn it. Now that I'm in this
Bro,
shit,
you
I'm
ever
gonna
get in
use
that candy
candy.
store and realize it's just fucking candy? So fuck these niggas.
No. You do, R. Reed. But the difference is once you get your fill of candy, that's when you start thinking like that. But the difference between men and women is men get their peak where it comes to like the age of them being able to get whatever they want after they've acquired resources. So when you see a man going around here and saying that, look, man, I'm not going to settle for a woman who does less than this, and that, women get
All
all
right,
upset. But it's like
I'm gonna
you've had the
debunk your
ability
argument.
to have as much sex as you want and have as much whatever as you want for a very long time. Men are just now getting there. So it's different. That's why men and women have a difference in, the same argument that you were just making. The reason that men aren't hoes, to use your words, is because men had to do a lot more to earn the ability to become a hoe. Whereas women should just, if a woman walks into any bar in America and says, I'll fuck 10 guys, there will be 10 niggas that'll stand up,
Correct.
bar none. Like, it's the difference as far as the marketplace between men and women. That's not to say that we are encouraging women to go fuck random guys at bars, but
I mean, not
it's,
encouraging. They're already doing it, but that's easy to know that.
I
Yeah, they
mean,
are.
look, we're not talking about New York, all right? We're gonna get on that place later. But go ahead, DJ.
No, I take it back. I don't have to because it makes the same point, but it's also it's one it's a dark look into it because the fact is the women are given keys to that car way earlier than men, and it's for very salacious reasons and very
I mean, to be honest
distorted.
with you, if I could go back, I probably would have married somebody I would dated in high school versus this crop of women. At least she'll stunt, it'll stunt their growth. That sounds fucked up. That sounds fucked up. But I'm saying, like, the world fucks women up, and they don't, like,
Well,
I
it's
think
not that the world fucks
some
women up.
women
The world fucks everyone up. The difference is it's very
different.
apparent with how the world fucks women up because you get these women who think that because they're hot, they're going
Here's
to
a
be hot
problem.
forever.
Here's a problem with what's been going on and what we're seeing right now. It's that value isn't taught, and it's just misinterpreted. So right now, you're seeing a lot of women are being raised as in you're the valuable one. You have all the goodies. You are special. Fuck everybody else. You special.
They
That's what
don't
they're
have to
taught,
earn anything, that's what
and
you're saying. They have
that
inherent value.
translates into how they treat others, meaning they disrespect others, don't give a fuck about others. You're supposed to give me everything because I'm special. That's the problem. Versus what truly is you have value, but other people have value too. So you have to cohabitate and interact with other people that have value. Why people are being the way that they are is because you know what? If people gonna treat me like shit, man, fuck this shit. I'm gonna do me, get what I want, and keep it the fuck moving. And that's the problem we have today. So women, they're taught that you're special, you're this queen. But when it comes to how to treat men, they're like, oh, men are just supposed to cater to you. And then their imagination start to take hold. And boy, oh boy,
I mean,
that's a
y'all niggas
whole
keep
roller
calling these
coaster
hoes
ride.
queens when they definitely ain't got no kingdom or no father.
Well,
None of that.
there's a large caveat
Mm-hmm.
that I think that you're not addressing um, the writer, and that is
The
Western
inherent
women.
value. Oh,
Western women.
yeah. I mean,
Oh,
we
okay,
know
yeah,
that.
Western
I'm
women.
sorry. Yeah, what I've been talking
Because
about is
these
Western women,
Caribbean
but
women.
here's the problem with that though. That
Go ahead.
Western ideology is spreading.
Spreads.
We
Yep.
got
Yeah,
Instagram,
but it always spreads.
Snapchat, Facebook. That is spreading like wildfire, and a lot of people now are actually taking to
I
the
rebut that.
Western ideology. But see, here's the thing that breaks the ideology. It's called practicality and reality. Like when you need to put food on the table, are you going to really cater to that? The ideology. The ideology doesn't feed you. The ideology doesn't house you. The ideology doesn't, get what you need. And to get what you need to be practical. And that ideology that I just talked about, it's not practical. Like with Kevin Samuels, when he's talking about these chicks that want six figure dudes, it's really hilarious. He's like, why do you deserve one? And you hear their explanation. It's like, you serious? And with a six-figure person, he's thinking, hey, I'm practical. If I'm going to share my resources with somebody, you got to cough up something. And you got to cough up something of value. And these chicks thinking that, oh, I have
Pussy.
feelings, I have experience, and that's value. It's like, no, you out your mind. Where's the practicality?
Their Western ideology only applies when they migrate to America, though. They have to come
Yeah.
here.
No,
They
no, no,
don't
no,
work over
no.
there.
That ideology exists beyond here.
No. We're saying
But they're no,
where it
but for
applies.
well, they
Because you
can
can have
apply
the
it because
ideology, but
yeah,
it's not going to be there in Trinidad,
they're
Tobago, Jamaica,
those
Saint
cultures ain't
Kitts.
gonna allow it to go too
Um,
far.
it is, but it's very, very rare.
We're
But it
talking
is.
about the standard average
Oh, you
woman
know
getting
what?
this ideology.
But you know why it's rare? No. It's only rare because the people are the ones that get the exercise that are involved with the wealthy in those locations. Because it ain't gonna happen in the poor, amongst the poor and the average.
There you
Correct. That's what
go.
I'm saying.
Again, when you are poor or when you don't have a lot of resources, practicality comes in. That
Yeah,
practicality does not allow you to actually practice that ideology and
yeah.
mindset of
I
Western
mean,
Right. Once they tap
We'll
into
call it the
money,
Western
I'm
it
gonna make a
changes.
mentality
statement
right
based
now,
on what you
but
said.
it doesn't allow you to take that on because you can't get what you need. And what you're focused on, what your needs are, take care of your family, get food on your table, and have something a house over your head. Like that mentality doesn't get that for you. So, and that companionship actually also is something that's a need. And that Western mentality doesn't necessarily address that. They're thinking
It
that, oh, I
contains
can
with
hold
it
out
contains with
the person
dildos.
that I want. So
So
it's
what
a
you're
complex
saying
issue,
is,
but um,
men made the world too safe, like America, that you get to act all crazy, live on your own. But if the world wasn't so safe without men protecting you, how would you be? How would you do? How would you fare, young lady? If you would you need a man then, or would you? Yes.
Well, I mean, at this point in
Those
time,
are
they're gonna be
Thanos
sharing
ass.
men.
Those are Thanos ass statement. Like,
Would you? Safe ass America. That sounds
because what's
good. Versus
funny
these
is
other countries.
what you're saying is actually relevant unless you talk to one of these fucking feminist scary ass bitches that's fresh from the Amazons.
Yeah,
But
but them hoes, you can still get knocked out by a nigga like it ain't shit. Them
yeah,
hoes, they act
yeah.
like
I mean, but it's the sad. But that's the thing that I say that's the scariest and darkest part about this world. That's why I always make the comparison of when we look at animals. Animals are actually acting in the most natural way of how we all came into this world. We got
allegedly.
domesticated by lively. Well, they are not just animals that we have in